Manchester United are enjoying a strong run of form under Michael Carrick, with the team back in contention for a place in next season's Champions League. Carrick, who stepped in on a temporary basis after Ruben Amorim's dismissal, has United playing with confidence and purpose, and the recent 2-0 win over Tottenham at Old Trafford has only strengthened the belief around the club. Goals from Bryan Mbeumo and Bruno Fernandes in either half saw off a 10-man Spurs side managed by Thomas Frank, underlining United's growing resilience and attacking edge. With West Ham up next on Tuesday night, United have the opportunity to make it 5 wins from 5, and a victory would see them leapfrog Aston Villa into 3rd place in the Premier League table ahead of Villa's clash with Brighton. Carrick's impact has been all the more impressive given the circumstances in which he took charge, inheriting a side that had been inconsistent and under pressure. He has steadied the ship, brought clarity to United's play, and earned the backing of a fan base that was desperate to see a clear identity on the pitch. The players have responded to his methods, pressing with greater intensity and showing more cohesion in possession, while key figures such as Fernandes have stepped up in decisive moments. Each passing win strengthens the argument that Carrick should be considered for the job on a permanent basis, even though the hierarchy at Old Trafford have yet to give any indication that this will be the case. The debate over his future is becoming one of the dominant storylines of United's season, especially as the team edges closer to securing Champions League football. While United's form under Carrick is attracting headlines in England, one of the club's most high-profile players is rediscovering his spark abroad. Marcus Rashford, whose future at Manchester United remains a constant source of discussion, is currently on loan at Barcelona as he attempts to revive his career. His time at Camp Nou has not been straightforward. There have been ups and downs as he has adapted to a new team, league, and tactical demands. Opportunities in the starting 11 have been relatively limited, and he has had to remain patient, biding his time behind other attacking options. However, a recent outing against Mallorca offered a reminder of his quality and potential, and has sparked fresh debate over what comes next for him once his loan spell concludes. Rashford was handed a rare start against Mallorca, stepping into the side in place of the injured Rafinha. It was his first start since early January, and he approached the occasion with a clear determination to make an impact. From the opening stages, he was one of Barcelona's most purposeful players, constantly looking to drive at defenders, cut inside, and test the goalkeeper with powerful efforts from distance. His willingness to take responsibility in the final third stood out on a night when Barcelona, as a team, were somewhat flat in the first half and struggled to find their usual rhythm. Rashford provided urgency, unpredictability, and directness, attributes that have long been associated with his game but had not been seen often enough in recent times. Spanish outlet Mundo Deportivo highlighted just how influential Rashford was in lifting Barcelona's performance after their sluggish start. Their assessment described him as by far one of the side's most proactive and dangerous players in the opening 45 minutes, noting how he embraced the challenge set by Hansi Flick. The report praised the way he shouldered attacking responsibility when the match threatened to drift, producing the most threatening shots on goal and setting the tone for Barcelona's improved display. One of his efforts was parried into a dangerous area, leading directly to the opening goal and giving Barcelona the platform they needed to take control of the game. Another set piece, a beautifully struck free kick, crashed against the crossbar, underlining just how close he came to adding his name to the scoresheet. Rashford's contribution did not go unnoticed by the Camp Nou faithful. When he was substituted in the second half, he left the pitch to a standing ovation, a clear sign that his effort and enterprise had resonated with the supporters. For a player who has had to answer questions about his form and confidence, both in England and in Spain, such a reception could prove invaluable. It was a moment that suggested his relationship with the Barcelona fans is warming, and that they can see the value he brings when fully engaged and involved in the game. The applause also underlined that, even without scoring, a forward can influence a match significantly through movement, intent, and creativity. Other sections of the Spanish media have also begun to recognize the progress Rashford is making as he settles into life in La Liga. Publication AS noted that his performances have generally trended upwards as the season has gone on and he has adjusted to his surroundings. The early stages of his loan were marked by inconsistency, but he has gradually found more confidence and understanding with his teammates. That improvement is reflected not only in moments of individual brilliance, such as his display against Mallorca, but also in his off-the-ball work and his appreciation of Barcelona's tactical structure. The more comfortable he becomes, the more he looks like a player capable of contributing regularly at a high level. The positive reviews did not stop there. Barca Universal, a site that closely analyzes the club's matches, awarded Rashford an 8.5 out of 10 for his performance against Mallorca, a rating that places him among the standout players on the night. Their assessment emphasized that he was perhaps Barcelona's most potent attacking threat in the first half, repeatedly cutting inside, unleashing shots, and causing chaos in the Mallorca penalty area. His powerful strikes kept the opposition defense on edge and forced the goalkeeper into action on several occasions. Even when his attempts did not result directly in goals, they helped tilt the momentum in Barcelona's favor and created a sense of inevitability about the breakthrough. In addition to his threat through the middle, Rashford also contributed by providing width at times, stretching the Mallorca backline and allowing teammates to exploit the spaces that opened up. Although many of his crosses were well defended and did not lead to clear chances, the variety in his attacking play made him difficult to predict and contain. Crucially, the opening goal was a direct consequence of his willingness to shoot. His effort on goal was not cleanly dealt with by the goalkeeper, and the rebound fell kindly for Robert Lewandowski to convert. That sequence encapsulated the value of his aggressive approach, demonstrating how persistence and positivity in the final third can pay off even when the initial action does not produce a goal. Rashford's resurgence in Spain inevitably feeds back into the wider conversation about his long-term future. At Manchester United, debate has been raging over whether he should remain a key part of the club's project or whether a permanent move elsewhere might be best for all parties. Some argue that a fresh start away from Old Trafford could help him escape the scrutiny and expectations that have built up over the years. Others believe that a confident, revitalized Rashford returning from a successful loan could be a huge asset for United, especially if the team continues on an upward trajectory under a stable managerial regime. For the moment, his priority appears to be making the most of his time at Barcelona and reminding everyone of the level he can reach. Back in Manchester, attention is firmly fixed on the question of who will lead the club beyond the end of the current campaign. While Carrick is doing everything in his power to make a compelling case from the dugout, the board have embarked on a thorough process to identify a permanent successor to Amorim. Gary Neville has offered insight into this process, explaining that he spoke directly to the club to understand their stance and ensure clarity in what is communicated publicly. He has been critical in the past when he felt the club lacked a clear plan, so his recent comments carry weight among supporters eager for transparency. Neville made it clear that there is a growing movement among fans to see Carrick given the job on a full-time basis, a sentiment that will only intensify if results continue to go United's way. Neville described the situation as a delicate balancing act for the club. On one hand, there is a strong emotional and footballing argument for rewarding Carrick's impressive work by appointing him permanently. On the other, the club have to consider the long-term strategy, ensuring that any decision is the result of careful planning rather than short-term momentum. When Neville asked the club for their official position, he was told that the process of identifying and assessing potential managers is already underway. This involves speaking to candidates, compiling extensive data, and analyzing who is best suited to take the team forward in the coming years. The fact that the process has begun in earnest suggests that United are determined not to be caught unprepared when the season ends. Crucially, Neville said that the club have no intention of being bounced into a hasty appointment based solely on a run of results, whether positive or negative, over the next few months. The message from within Old Trafford is that they will wait until towards the end of the season before making a final decision, allowing them to weigh up all options with a cool head. That means Carrick will be judged not just on a handful of matches, but on the entirety of his interim spell, including how he manages adversity and maintains standards. It also allows the club time to monitor other managers in different leagues and competitions, ensuring that their eventual choice is as informed as possible. This stance may frustrate those who feel Carrick has already shown enough to deserve a longer-term commitment, but it reflects the scale of the decision facing the club. Manchester United remain one of the biggest names in world football, and the manager's role is one of the most scrutinized in the sport. Getting this appointment right is crucial to their hopes of returning to the very top, both domestically and in Europe. The owners and executives are acutely aware that their choice will shape the club's trajectory for years, influencing everything from playing style and recruitment to youth development and dressing room culture. As a result, caution and comprehensive analysis are being prioritized over swift, reactionary moves. In the meantime, Carrick's task is straightforward, even if it is not simple. Keep winning matches and keep the team moving in the right direction. Every victory strengthens his claim and increases the pressure on decision-makers to consider him seriously. The players appear to be buying into his ideas, and a push into the top four would be a powerful argument in his favor. The challenge will be to maintain that form through the inevitable bumps in the road and to show that the current surge is not merely a short-term bounce. If he can do that, the calls for his appointment will only grow louder as the season reaches its climax. For Rashford, the focus will be on sustaining his upturn in form at Barcelona and proving that his display against Mallorca was not a one-off. Consistency has often been cited as the missing ingredient in his game, and putting together a run of strong performances would go a long way towards reshaping the narrative around him. Whether his future lies back at Old Trafford under a new or familiar manager, or in a different shirt altogether, will depend on a complex mix of form, finances, and strategic planning from both United and Barcelona. What is clear is that he still has the talent to influence big matches, and nights like the one against Mallorca serve as a timely reminder of that. As Manchester United prepare to face West Ham, the club finds itself at an intriguing crossroads. On one front, the team is surging towards the Champions League places under an interim manager who is rapidly becoming a fan's favorite. On another, one of their academy graduates is rebuilding his reputation at one of Europe's biggest clubs, with his every performance scrutinized for clues about his next move. Overseeing it all is a hierarchy determined to avoid past mistakes by taking a measured approach to appointing the next permanent boss. The coming months promise to be decisive, both for Rashford's long-term trajectory and for the identity of the manager who will shape United's future.